Alright, hello and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. How's it going? We're going to do another whip and chat finally. I was working this week, so you didn't see a whip and chat every day. So, do the Colors of Life from Dreamer Designs by Chuck Benson here. 80 centimeters by 60 centimeters, or 31.5 inches by 23.6 inches. 52 colors, including one AB, which stands for Aurora Borealis, and they're an iridescent coated type of drill that sparkles a little brighter than that of regular drills. Okay, this is no longer available through Dreamer Designs. This is an older canvas, but feel free to check out Diamond Art Club's website or app for a similar version. Okay, so we'll hang out for a bit. We were working on a shade of green the last time, the asterisk. Alright, 934. Okay, so. Alright, so. Dad and I went out for brunch. I'm washing my bed. Bedding, sorry. Oh, excuse me. And now we'll just chill for half an hour-ish. Alright, 934. Did I? Nope, I did not finish 934. Okay, good. We still have some asterisks on here. Alright, hopefully your crafting and other endeavors are going well. Kind of thing. We're just doing like probably soil and what's the start of the river. It's kind of down here, or a water stream or something. Yeah, so it'll just be more greenery and shoreline. Yeah. For the bottom of the first column of this canvas, okay, it's got some green over here. Yeah, it was a pretty low-key week. I'm training a new staff member at my full-time job. Yeah, he's just hanging out with me. I'm showing him how the dryers work. Yeah, pretty much. Next week, I just have Friday off. Then I go into the 12-hour shifts, Saturday, Sunday. My full-time. Yeah. Oh boy. Next week's just gonna be so silly. Yeah, working 6 out of the 7 days of the week. And sure, Monday to Thursday will go by pretty quick. Saturday, Sunday, yeah, start of the 12s. I won't notice it initially. I just have to get used to it again. But I'm not sure about the new guy. It's kind of not look forward to 12s, but I hope he was told about it. He should have been, because he was hired within the period that we were announced the switch, that my supervisor announced switching back to 12. Yeah, I think he was like already tired after like 8 hours, but I don't know. My full-time job's very physical. It's packaging product into 20-kilogram boxes with a bag in it. You're standing a lot of the time for most of the shift in one spot packaging. Kind of, you do walk around occasionally. Yeah. It's just, he has done industrial, he has done factory work before, I think, but I don't know how different it was. I think it was still food. So, oh well, so there's probably a big difference between meat and powdered egg production. So, powdered egg or liquid egg drying. Yeah, meat probably has higher safety standards. Yeah, different procedures. And then egg powder, yeah, there's probably some differences, but same safety principle, food safety principles. Okay, we have 2 diagonal lines. Oh, excuse me. Okay, 936. We'll get that going. Oh, air bubble on my throat. Okay, there we go. Okay, 936. Yeah, I got a new Netflix subscription for my parents and I a couple days ago. I've already seen John Wick, the first John Wick movie. I'm behind on those. It's up to 4 movies, but yeah, I watched John Wick, K-pop Demon Hunters, and the Super Mario movie last night. So, getting back into movies again. Yeah. Alright, so this is 936. You've probably seen a lot of repeat colors. I try to show the colors that I'm about to put onto the canvas, even though you'll see them like hundreds of times. But oh yeah, 936. This is just 2 diagonal. Yeah, I love music, so K-pop Demon Hunters is basically musical. Yeah, animated. It's #1 on Netflix for like 6 or 7 weeks in a row. Extremely popular right now. So they're making a trilogy, I think, of movies now. So I heard. Yeah, it's really popular. The whole movie was spoiled for me on YouTube, like clips and stuff, and all the tracks, clips from the movie. From the movie. Yeah, I still watched it though, so it was good. Flowed by pretty quick. Super Mario movie was incredible. I'd kind of seen some references from all the various Mario games. Just kind of slid in there. Luigi was hanging out for portions of it. Mario and Luigi get separated for a bit in the movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie, the animated one by Illumination and Nintendo. Yeah, that one. It's animated. Chris Pratt voices Mario. Yeah, that kind of upset a few people, but people were kind of wondering. Chris Pratt was doing everything for a while in that block there. 2023. Yeah. Voiced Mario for some reason. Probably because Chris Pratt is young. And I'd imagine they might do more Mario movies, like with Illumination, Nintendo. They'll collaborate again, maybe. I can't say I haven't heard anything, but that that was a good movie. Incorporated Mario Kart, and oh, it was incredible. It flowed so nicely. Princess Peach, wow, it was awesome. Rosalina was the mayor of Manhattan, I think, or that version of Manhattan. Yeah, like Rosalina from like the Donkey Kong versus Mario, like the Nintendo game. I think that's where it was. Yeah, Mario teaming up with Donkey Kong, reluctantly. Yeah, I they still have some animosity between each other, but it's very mild this time around. Like they were kind of frenemies throughout the movie once they met. Kind of scene. Yeah, that's Donkey Kong and Mario. Really, it. Yeah, for like an hour and a half, roughly. It moved. It was pretty quick, easy going movie. Yeah, I loved it. Sometimes you just have to have that low key, kind of chill kind of vibes, something you recognize, and just it's those movies are nice to watch in bed. John Wick is, yeah, kind of extreme violence. Yeah, not quite as relaxing to watch, but it's nice to just lie on the bed and watch Netflix on my iPhone. I have like the Netflix app, so and my plan is $20 a month and can watch on two devices. So my dad has a smart TV, and he can just pull up Netflix with tap of a button, and then my account should be logged in. So yeah, Netflix is awesome. I liked it years ago, but they took like a show off just randomly. They do that to update their library. I just got pissed off, and then I just canceled my membership for a few years. Now I've come back to it, and I appreciate it. I just like the ease of it. No ads because of my membership level. I don't like ads in the middle of a movie. No. It's just watch the movie. I'm paying for the service, and I just stream movies and TV shows. I found One Piece. That's an anime. It's been going for probably more than 20 something years. I don't know when that started. When I came over here to Canada. But yeah, it's as I remember, and you can skip the musical intro. Yeah, yeah. One Piece is anime, so it's like animated, but like hand drawn kind of stuff. Or it's probably digitally hand drawn kind of thing. At this point, I'm watching like the first season right now. Like I don't think I'll ever be caught up. There's like thousands of episodes, like 23 more seasons. I don't think they're caught up on Netflix. Like I think they're slowly updating their library as they go. So yeah, so I'm watching the original anime of One Piece. Yeah. It has it's English dubbed, I think. Like there's no subtitles or anything. Like the characters speak English. So yeah, I don't know exactly the name for it, but I'll say English dubbed version of One Piece. Yeah, coworker at my part time's like, Yeah, that's a big waste of time to watch One Piece at this point. There's just so much of it. I don't know. I like Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, the main character. He he ate a devil fruit, and that exists in the universe that he's in. Sorry, I don't know the all the geographical information about One Piece, but he just can't swim anymore because he ate the devil fruit. He can't go into water or else he'll drown. That's kind of the counter effect of the devil fruit that he ate. But he's basically rubber. He can stretch. That's the devil fruit superpower. So I guess other characters have eaten different devil fruits and they have different abilities. I guess these fruits just grow throughout that world and people found them and discovered them and consumed them. I think you just have to eat one of the fruit and then you have that power until you like die or something. Until that person passes away or something. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a Wikipedia kind of section on the internet that explains One Piece and all the characters and stuff. Yeah. Uh, I just like anime. I don't know too much about it, but I remember like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Indigo League, and Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. Yeah. Gundam Wing, Inuyasha, Bleach. Yeah, I know like the some basic. I've heard of Death Note. I think I saw that on Netflix. I'm good with One Piece. I'm kind of picking and choosing one movie at a time on Netflix and kind of compiling a list, but I've watched the movies I've saved so far, minus Puss in Boots, The Final Wish. I think I'll watch that next. Yeah, I just want to have a massive list and get overwhelmed and that kind of thing. I'll continue watching the John Wick movies. I'll watch John Wick 2. I'll save that and look, play that, watch that. I don't know. Just like Netflix. Glad I have it back, kind of thing. But I'm not one who's going to sit there for hours. I watch like a movie or a couple episodes of One Piece because yeah. I watched a couple episodes of One Piece last night just to get started. I'm pretty sure I've seen the first few episodes dozens of times now, just trying to start One Piece, but I couldn't tell you. There's a ton of anime on Netflix that I don't recognize. Inuyasha's on there. I recognize that. But yeah, I think it's a woman that ends up in Inuyasha's realm somehow. I vaguely remember what goes on in that show. Oh, yeah, it's been years since I've watched an anime. That kind of was on bandwagon of it for a while, and then, yeah, just kind of my attention diverted. But I still love anime. Like, I love tons of characters and stuff. I love the animation style. There's just a lot out there. That's, yeah, that I think basically with the anime, you find something you like, and then, yeah, stick with it, kind of thing. Yeah, My Hero Academia was on there. I've One Punch Man. Yeah, I definitely recognize that. Yeah, but haven't seen any of those. Uh, Death Note, I've heard of. I have the Magna books. I was given those Magna books for Death Note. So I read a couple of those, so I have a general idea of what's going on there. Yeah. So they're probably like the only Magna books I have. Hopefully I'm saying that right. They're basically anime comic books, like graphic novels. There's like One Piece graphic novels. I think that's where One Piece like derives from, like the animated version of it came from the concept of the Magnas. Japanese comic books, yeah. Japanese comics or graphic novels, yeah. I'm sure there's a specific term that wouldn't upset fans of those. I'm sorry in advance if I'm mispronouncing or misnaming something of that nature. I'm not a major connoisseur of those graphic novels, but yeah. Yeah, Death Note's approachable. You're reading from right to left, back to front in those Magna books. They direct you how to read, but every once in a while I get a headache from reading all those Magnas. I have to take a break. You're in Canada, you read from left to right, and the United States, probably most of the world, you read left to right, but in Japanese, it's probably right to left. Uh, if I have that wrong, let me know. Reading directions for anything, really. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think in Japan it's the reverse. So their text is backwards, probably. Their books are backwards. Couldn't tell you why, but that's probably has something to do with their culture or something. Japanese culture. I don't know if there's a reason. Hey, let me know. I could probably look it up too. Reason why Japanese books and stuff are read backwards and yeah, left to right or right to left. Sorry. Oh god, confusing the two. Yeah, I don't see myself collecting a huge amount of Magna books. They're still fun to read. I like reading the odd comic book, like Garfield and stuff, but yeah, Garfield's mild, easy, and approachable. Usually 3 panels for like a single comic for Garfield. So there's a huge difference. Like, there are like whole page spreads on Magnas and then speech bubbles. And then panels, of course, but they're like full page panels, and you get a chunk of story in a Magna. Garfield's like one concept or idea or a joke and a punchline by the third panel or something. Yeah, Garfield's very simplified compared to like a Bleach Magna or a One Piece Magna. Yeah. One Piece Magna or Death Note Magna has to convey action scenes, and still tell a story. And yeah, the manga offers a visual medium through artwork to tell the story. Yeah, that kind of thing. Alright. Yeah, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. My brother had texted me, so I replied back. I was quiet there for a couple seconds. Okay, so okay, that's that green. Capital A here. I think it's just various shades of green right now. We're working on here. I've mentioned anime before, I believe, but I just not too familiar with it. Not very much of the new stuff. Oh, Ghost in the Shell was an awesome one, and Dot Hack Sign was one I watched all the way through. Ghost in the Shell I watched, yeah. There was a movie, and then there's a couple of seasons of a show based probably on the... There's probably a manga for Ghost in the Shell too, but yeah. Okay, 904. Yeah, I'm familiar with anime, but not fluent by any means. But I like various types of movies, so. But I can't say I've sat down and watched like 1,000 movies in my lifetime, so not huge on movies, just kind of pick and choose what I've seen. Yeah. TV shows, I'm not going to go insane on Netflix now. Just what I'm familiar with. Movies, and probably One Piece. Like the one anime that I recognize on there. There's Pokemon Indigo League on there. That's like the very first season of Pokemon that came over here to Canada. Like, yeah. Wow, that's like Ash Ketchum, like the start of his journey. I think it's another main character now. Red or something. I think there's a different character now. Ash Ketchum like retired or something. He like won the Ultimate Championship or something. They ended his storyline a couple of years ago. Was that? That was a huge event in the anime world. That created a lot of mixed feelings. Ash Ketchum was wow, and still probably is a memorable character. Like, oh hey, that's Pokemon. Yeah, Ash Ketchum. Yeah, cool. Yeah, very memorable character that went through a lot. I think he like died a couple times somehow. Yeah, Ash Ketchum went through a lot. Like, he was a huge chunk of the Pokemon franchise, but I'm sure there's like another character that took that helm, but you can't replace Ash Ketchum, like Pokemon. But yeah, I'm sure a couple of generations of individuals grew up watching Pokemon to some degree. Digimon wasn't as popular, but I liked it. I like Digimon, but yeah, just like the anime, I don't know anything about the Digimon themselves. The Pokemon are just highly infused with pop culture. Alright, but yeah, you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. Down below in the description, I'll put the main website link for Conqueror. I have like 1,500 kilometers left of my 10,000 kilometer challenge for the year. Then I'm done with that. After that, this canvas is no longer available through Dreamer Designs, but check out the Diamond Art Club website. I'll just keep saying that. So I'll put that in the description too. Yeah, but other than that, take care. All the best with your crafting endeavors, and I'll see you again sometime soon. Bye.